Now, I don't know about you, but I grew up in an era where it wasn't uncommon to have a chook shed in the backyard. Now, for a while there, they seemed to disappear, but I can report that the humble chook is alive and well, happily scratching around in backyards everywhere. Speaking of happy, who wouldn't be happy here? Ken tells me his resident chooks at Thorngrove Manor, Bronzy, Ratty, Snow White and Snowdrop, are treated like royalty, just like the hotel guest.
I don't think I've grown up, and I've always loved castles, and all castles have a keep to keep animals in. I love chickens, and so I'd build a castle keep and to have a chook house built into the wall of the castle keep. The guests see the chickens down in the chicken yard, and they order in the morning for breakfast for eggs. So that's why we have chickens. It's part of the experience.
Now, even if you don't happen to have a castle tower, you can still create a poultry palace of your own, just as Tricia's family's done.
My husband has wanted chicks for a number of years, and we did a bit of a Google search and we found a company that sold the whole kit together, and if you bought the kit you got chickens, bag of feed, some hay, and we came home and put it together, and there we go, 5 eggs a day.
Now, there's a few things you really should know before you rush out and buy some chooks. First, check to see if your council has any restrictions. Secondly, if you want to stay friends with your neighbours, maybe a rooster isn't a great idea, even if you're allowed to have one. And if you'd like to select, raise and care for your very own brood, you'll find more tips in the latest issue of SA Gardens. Now, here's a great idea, a hen run that literally runs along all 3 fences. Leroy says her husband's space-saving idea allows her to have a wonderful grower's garden and a few hens.
So Dave just designed the perimeter fence to go right around the whole yard, the back of the yard, and round to the other side of the house. And the beauty of that is that they just get to have the great big run, and they have the option of finding the best place for them in the daytime to hide from the sun. And then over night time, they just walk around the back of the run and put themselves to bed, and we don't have to worry about them. And they lay their eggs in the same spot every day, so we just have the laying box on the outside of the hutch so we don't have to go into the chook shed, and that works really well.
Fresh eggs are a big bonus, and of course having chooks is a great way to recycle those kitchen scraps.
So to your bookie.
Thank you, Bookie.
Tell me, this is amazing, a backyard menagerie in Leafy Unley. How did it all happen?
Well, we ended up going for Christmas at Beachport, where my brother-in-law's parents have a property there. And Sophia got so much pleasure out of getting the eggs and everything. And I said to my husband, we've got heaps of room, why don't we get some chickens? And he goes, are you mad? And I said, maybe. And I never even liked chickens, but just the joy on her face and getting the eggs every morning. And she thanks the bockies, she calls them her bockies, and she thanked them every morning. She gets her eggs in a little basket. She goes, thank you, Bockie, and she kisses them.
Oh, isn't that beautiful? I've noticed some ducks too.
Yeah, we have 2 ducks.
Yes.
Yeah, so, and we have a turtle, and we have some fish inside, and we have the dog that thinks she's a chicken.
And what do your friends think?
They think I'm nuts.
You know what? Everyone I've seen today really loves their chooks. They are beautiful animals. They're so friendly. You know what? I think I'm going to get a couple myself. You reckon? You want to come home with me? Hey? Come on. Come on.